I don't think it's quite the bear pit of 1982 in Valencia, but there's no doubting at all that Northern Ireland are the underdogs tonight. The stadium holds 26,000. It's a wonderful stadium, but 25 years old, recently refurbished as well. Two very high stands. We're sitting in one of them, very high stand the far side. The upper tiers are sparsely populated. I say 2/3, 3/4 full. John
that, Michael. Yeah, I've played in 3 games with Spain, and I've commentated in probably 3 or 4 more, and they are so passionate about their football. And even though there may only be 10,000 in here, you can rest assured that they're going to make some noise. They're very knowledgeable about the game. So it'll be a tough ask for Northern Ireland. But as we said, the last 3 games have been pretty good. The results have been good, and we've seen Northern Ireland play for far too long to write them off at any time, Michael. We're always capable of getting a result, and maybe this is another night we might do it.
This isn't the stadium where you played in 85 and got a goalless draw for Northern Ireland. It's not the same stadium that Jerry Armstrong played for Real Mallorca in the mid-80s. It's a new one, and they're talking about moving. There's disagreements between club and stadium owners, but it is a wonderful stadium, and the pitch is in splendid condition. Not quite as warm today as it was yesterday, but still it'll be warm down there pitch side, and you wonder what's going through the head of the man wearing number 18 for years. Number 18 belonged to Aaron Hughes, AH. Tonight, Caelan Boyd-Munce winning his first senior cap. His first call-up was in March 2022. Of course, famously played for Glentoran as a 16-year-old. And a brief appearance in the Irish League now. An impressive season with St Mirren, and he's in the Northern Ireland team. The 40th debutant awarded by Michael O'Neill, with Peacock Farrell in goal, then Ballard, Johnny Evans the captain, and Toll the defensive trio. Then wide on the right, Stray Hume with Jamal Lewis. On the left hand side, Shea Charles, who's got his brother Pierce on the bench, goalkeeping option, and Caelan Boyd-Munce completing the midfield. Then it's Jimmy Reid up front, supported by Conor Bradley, the match winner in Hampden Park at the end of March, and Isaac Price, already 2 goals scored by him in his 11 caps so far. Spain will kick off. They're playing from left to right in their red tops, dark blue shorts and red stockings. Northern Ireland all in white. It's Simon in goal. Spain kick off. Jesus Navas, Nacho, Lenormand and Cucurella, the back 4. Then Pedri, Rodri and Fabian Ruiz in midfield. Wonder Kid, the 16-year-old. Yamal is on the right-hand side. Nico Williams on the left. Alvaro Morata, the striker and captain, up front. And already Spain are in possession. I think the 86% possession against Andorra. And well won back by who else but Conor Bradley on the right-hand side for Northern Ireland. He's done very well. He's made the ball available to Jamie Reid. And already Conor Bradley is in the thick of things. Our referee this evening, well, the entire officiating team is French. And it's Bastien De Chepi. And
oh no,
it is a Northern Irish free kick,
because Northern Ireland players look for a minute there as if he'd give that to Spain.
So in the opening minutes, Conor Bradley, in the style that we've come to love,
he does what he does, doesn't he?
He's like a rampaging schoolboy. He's won a free kick for Northern Ireland on the far right hand side. It'll be taken. The players are a bit far away. I think that's Isaac Price, and Price is going to play it into the penalty area. There's 3-4 white shirts there, and a header, and what a goal! It's a goal for Northern Ireland inside the opening minute and 20 seconds. It's Daniel Ballard with the header. A brilliant free kick played in by Price. Ballard with a header. Absolutely astonishing. We're in the second minute here in Mallorca. It's Spain 0, Northern Ireland 1. Daniel Ballard.
Oh, an absolutely perfect free kick placed right on his head. Ballard rose above everybody else. The goalkeeper, no chance. He's got so much power on the head. A brilliant free kick, but you got to say the Spaniards are all over the place at the back. We're just watching it again on the screen. Perfect header. Places it right over the top of the goalkeeper's right hand.
I think Simon got a couple of fingertips to it, but
that was never going to be enough.
Brilliantly placed
with the pace and the position.
Oh, we will see that goal a lot if this is a famous night for Northern Ireland.
What we're saying, Michael. You cannot rule Northern Ireland. Now, I was just about to say before that, I think the tone is going to be set by Spain. How much are they going to put into this game? Do they want to finish the game well on top and have a lap around the fields, cheering on the supporters, as opposed to what England faced the other night?
His third international goal, Daniel Ballard, his 23rd international cap. In his previous 22 games, only 3 wins.
know.
We've a long way to go, but that's
a long way to go, yeah.
I'm not sure what the Spanish for putting the cat amongst the pigeons is, John, but Northern Ireland have done that.
Well, they know we've done it in the past, so I don't know whether their memories are that long or will it bother them that much, but certainly against
Hats off to Bradley for winning the free kick.
I mean, he was brilliant. He just got in amongst them. Cucurella over there didn't know what day it was he came at him so quickly, because the players aren't really used to been put under that much pressure.
And the scenes of joy the TV camera person cut away to the Northern Ireland fans, I don't think they can quite believe it. Any latecomers, anybody staying for a third or fourth or fifth cerveza before kickoff has missed the goal. And a brilliant header it was too. 1-0 to Northern Ireland. Goodness me, what a start.
Oh, great, and pleased, because we were hoping that we would get a performance tonight, and even again.
But Spain have given the ball away again. They look nervy.
They do look nervy. And it's surprising, Michael, because it's not a there's plenty of experience in that side. There's a couple of young players who come in, but they're coming in on merit. And as I said beforehand, it's maybe Carvajal and Ferran Torres, were two that possibly could come into this side when they play their opening game. But this is a strong Spanish side.
It was the centre-back Lenormand grabbing the shorts of Bradley to give Northern Ireland. There was no doubt at all it was a free kick. The ball is in the hands of the man all in black, Bailey Peacock Farrell. He's thrown it out too hard to Jamal Lewis.
We just got ourselves into a mess there trying to play out from the back.
So it's the man all in black away to our right, Bailey Peacock Farrell, winning cap 44. Doesn't time fly?
Amazing, isn't it?
Recovered from that awful injury that he got in March, that facial and head injury, playing for Aarhus, where he's on loan. And here comes Spain with the ball at the feet of Fabian Ruiz. To Rodri, out to the right hand side where Jesus Navas plays it in, but it's cut out by the man wearing 4, and that's Daniel Ballard, the goal scorer. Gets tangled up with the corner flag. The flag has come off the flag post. It's going to have to be put back on.
I thought he blew the whistle.
Play continues with Northern Ireland clearing upfield into the centre circle where Lenormand, who's having a shocker. He's given the ball away. He's brought down Bradley. That'll be a free kick, possibly a yellow card, probably a yellow card in a competitive situation. Bradley's down though.
Yeah, it was a terrible pass across the field to him, and then he's totally miscontrolled. Bradley's been on it. He tried to get the ball back, and it was a poor tackle.
It is a yellow card.
Oh, is it? I'm surprised at that. Usually they'll give you a warning and say, it is a friendly. Just be careful.
He started very poorly. Lenormand, the man from Real Sociedad. Of course, there's Aymeric Laporte on the bench. We all know about it from his days at Manchester City.
This is the exact same spot for where they scored the goal.
Well, this is Boyd Muntz. Maybe it was Boyd Muntz with a free kick. It's difficult to tell. It's a long way away.
They are a long way away. Yeah, I think it might have been actually, because it's Boyd Muntz again now.
It's Boyd Muntz?
Yeah.
Here comes the free kick, same spot. Gives the signal, left-footed. Oh, it's not quite as good that time. And it's out of play for a goal kick.
I don't know whether it was the actual free kick cross or we just didn't get on it. It wasn't in a bad position. It was in that sort of area between the goalkeeper and the penalty spot, and he doesn't know whether to come for it or not.
1-0 Northern Ireland. We've played 6 minutes here in Mallorca, Palma, home of Real Mallorca. And home fans are stunned.
They are.
Long way to go. Ball played forward by the Spanish up towards Morata, who's brought the goal scorer with him. It was Johnny Evans as well, keeping hold of him. Isaac Price appealing for the decision on this near side. Ball's out of play.
Yeah, they haven't started well at all, Michael. Even though they had the possession, they still give the ball away. Loose passes are giving us throw-ins under no pressure whatsoever.
Throw-in will be taken on the Northern Ireland left-hand side, halfway inside the Northern Ireland half, up towards Price. It misses him. Was taken by Lewis. Won back by the Spaniards, and immediately they put the ball out of play. This is a dreadful start.
Terrible
and again, it's that man Lenormand, who looks at a bag of nerves in the heart of the Spanish defence. Northern Ireland throw-in halfway inside the Spanish half, to be taken by Jamal Lewis.
He's played 18 caps, Michael. I think he has 18 caps, so he shouldn't be that nervous.
Ball's in the heart of the Spanish half. They've coughed up the ball to Shea Charles. Shea Charles, edge of the area, gets the cross into the back post. It's in. Oh, it's at the back post, and it's put into the side netting. Conor Bradley was putting pressure on the goalkeeper. Isaac Price popped up at the back post. Nothing he could do but put it in the side netting. But again, Spain all over the place.
Poor passing in the middle of the park again, and the cross is coming. It's just that little bit high for both the goalkeeper.
Well, the goalkeeper nearly tipped it into his own net.
He looks dodgy as well at the minute. I thought at one stage that Bradley had fouled him, but he never touched him at all. And Price just couldn't get his foot round it to bring it back.
Yes, more action in the opening 8 minutes. There have plenty of 90-minute friendlies. Now, on the left-hand side, here comes Spain, getting the ball in and straight into the waiting hands of Bailey Peacock Farrell from Nico Williams.
Yeah, he just got a yard on Hume, but it wasn't a great cross. It's gone across the 6-yard box. Peacock Farrell was able to pick it up comfortably. See, and this is what I like. This is what we've been doing more in the last 3 games. Peacock Farrell's got the ball now, and he's going to put it into their 18-yard box, and halfway into their half. And the way they have been defending, that's the ball you want to put in there.
It's a long ball, asking an awful lot of Trey Hume on that far side, wearing the number 3 shirt for Northern Ireland, all in white.
That's a poor kick. He's put it out of play for throw-in line with their 18-yard box. I mean, nobody's going to get on the end of that one.
And Spain 1-0 down. 9 minutes gone here. Palma. And the man at the heart of all that's going wrong for Spain, Lenormand, plays it across the defensive line out to that left-hand side. Nico Williams had made the run, but they don't elect to go there. They go instead to the right back, Jesus Navas, on the right-hand side, ball in field. Spain now settling more into the game. Forward by Pedri, but again Murat has lost it. There's a Northern Irish player down. Spain have won the ball back on the edge of the penalty area. It's with Yamal. He wears 19 across to that left-hand side. Nico Williams. Cucurella has made himself available on the left with that mop of hair, like a well-known Simpsons character. And it's across to Lenormand. 21 players inside the Northern Ireland half. 9.5 minutes gone. Northern Ireland leading. That goal from Dan Ballard in the second minute.
Yeah, this is where Northern Ireland have to be on the toes. They're camped in our half at the minute, but we're still got a solid defence there. They got to pick their way through, so you've got to be sure your concentration.
Nico Williams on the left-hand side is the man on side. They got the cross in from the left, headed away by Isaac Price into the danger zone, down by Normand, out to the right-hand side. Jesus Navas again plays it short, gets the ball back on the right-hand side. He's up against Jamal Lewis, gets the cross into the back post. That's headed away. Spanish fans aren't happy. Thought there was an illegal challenge, I think maybe on Morata. And Spain still have the ball. This could be the pattern.
Well, I think that's going to be
for the next 80 minutes.
We thought that's the way it was going to be, but we didn't think this was going to be the pattern with us 1-0 up.
Again, Jesus Navas on the right-hand side. There's a lot of room for him. Jamal Lewis is going to be a busy boy up against him. It's knotted down, but only as far as Shea Charles, whose attempted pass to Jamal Lewis was wayward, out of play for a Spanish throw-in right-hand side level with the Northern Ireland 18-yard box.
Well, Navas is providing all the crosses, Michael, and he's not taking much time to put them in.
It's at the feet of Fabian Ruiz. Back to Rodri, and again on the right-hand side, Jesus Navas. Lewis just biding his time, not diving in. Northern Ireland, a bit like 82, if they're going to hold on to this lead, John, they're going to have to defend like devils and have a wee bit of luck and hope that Peacock Farrell pulls off one or two.
Well, they did that in the last 3 games, Michael. They did it against Denmark, they did it against Romania and Scotland.
Now here comes Spain. They're going to have a shot on goal, and they've equalised. Diving low to his right, it was drilled into the net by Pedri, and it's 1-1, and we've played 11 minutes.
You can't give Pedri that amount of room. I mean, he's hit it from about 25 yards. We've dropped off and just backed off and backed off. He should have closed him down. I mean, maybe you think Peacock Farrell shouldn't have been beaten from that distance, but it was a good hit, Michael. But really, he's just got far too much room. They'll be disappointed there with giving away that goal. Just watching it again, nobody's come out to him at all. I mean, the distance between our defence, I have to say now, we're just watching again, he's put it in the corner, but the distance between where he hit it and where our defenders were lined up was more than 5 yards. Nobody got anywhere near it. That's poor defending. Nobody took responsibility. I don't know whether they were waiting for
was that the commentators cursed by me saying they'd need 80 minutes of defending like devils and a wonder save or two? It's 1-1. Northern Ireland led for about 9 minutes.
Yeah, but it's a poor goal to give away. It's a good strike, but again, I can't only emphasise the fact that we needed to close that down a lot quicker.
Have we seen Jimmy Reid touch the ball?
I don't think so.
He was attempting to put a challenge there on the right-hand side. It was a poor clearance. Hume gets the ball forward as in the far right-hand corner inside the Spanish half. Northern Ireland trying to win the ball back, but Spain have
better
it.
Play by Spain. That's what
and I think
used
this
to.
Goal will settle him. It's Pedri's first international strike. Nico Williams on the left-hand side. He's up against Trey Hume. Nico Williams cutting in, getting the shot in. Oh, that's just wide.
He did that well, didn't he? Yeah, he's took him down the left-hand side, cut in on his right foot, tried to curl it in. It may not have been as close as it looked, Michael, but it was a great effort.
In the excitement, I've kicked over that lovely cup of iced water that you got me.
I've
spilt it all over me notes. Oh dear, right. I think I need a Tommy Tippy. Shouldn't be let loose. I'll put it on the floor. I won't kick that over. First thing I did was kick it over. Well, you can hear the Spanish fans have found their voices. 1-1, long clearance upfield into the Spanish half, and that's going to drift all the way through to the man in sky blue, Unai Simon, who's keeping Arsenal's goalkeeper David Raya to the bench. And it's 1-1. We've played 13 and a half minutes. It couldn't last, John.
Well, we'll always have to go and do it again.
Have to go and score again.
Yeah.
Set it up for Conor Bradley, or somebody to prove to be the hero. But yes, that was Pedri's first international strike on the occasion of his 20th cap.
I have to agree with what Michael was saying before the game, about it being a tough game. He wasn't sure whether he was going to take it or whatnot. But the players will love playing in this, in this type of atmosphere against this type of opposition. And it's the only way particularly the young players are going to learn.
Paddy Lane elected not to be selected.
Is that right? I didn't realise that.
The ball's headed back by Northern Ireland by Trey Hume into the hands of Bailey Peacock. I don't know how often the Paddy Lane's going to get picked again by Michael O'Neill if he opted out. There may be other issues. Possibly. I don't know.
I thought he was injured. I thought that's why he wasn't there. But there you are. It's strange, Michael. Football has changed so much, since I played, and you hear about players not wanting to play and not being selected. I'd have busted a gut every time to play,
especially stadium here, but
at this level, against Spain. I remember back to the time when we played. I think they beat us 5-0 at Windsor Park. Raúl might have got a hat-trick if my memory serves me right. I think he got a couple of goals. And Sammy McElroy was a manager, and they had so many cry-offs. Yeah. I remember sitting them in the hotel after. I don't understand players. As a centre-half, I would love to have played against Raúl.
Here goes Nico Williams. That's a good tackle by Hume. Out for a corner for Spain.
He's really improved over the last 3 or 4 games. And you don't like to say it, but he's almost like one of those ones that'll be first on the team sheet now.
He's had a terrific season, Trey Hume. Played in 45 of 46 league games in the championship for Sunderland.
And I think he's improved at this level a lot, Michael, because it is a big step up from club football to international football.
Spain corner there, left-hand side. There's a knot of 4 attackers round the penalty spot. 7 white-shirted defenders as Williams plays it in. Good header away by Owen Toll.
Good defending. I mean, it was a great
Conor Bradley's on the right-hand side.
Just couldn't get onto it. No.
Getting a bit overexcited as he tried to put his foot on the ball. Spain have got the ball back inside their own half by the centre circle. It's out with Fabian Ruiz, part of the Spanish Northern Ireland under 21 side that lost famously to Ian Barraclough's team.
Yeah, that's right.
5-6 years ago. Again, Jesus Navas looking for the ball on this right-hand side. Again, Jamal Lewis has given him just a little bit too much space, possibly.
I think he's, caught between 2 stools there, Michael, because, Navas is right out on the touchline and the play is right over on the other side.
Hume and Lewis are doing more defending than attacking. That's fairly self-evident.
Yeah.
And here's Nico Williams, who's tormenting Trey Hume a bit. He plays the ball first time.
Great tackle again.
It's Cucurella trying to find Williams, and it's off Williams.
Yeah, it's a corner. Yeah, I think
last touch maybe off.
I think it had gone out just before he knocked it against Williams, and the assistant referee was right in line down here below us.
I think that was Bradley again. So another corner to be taken by Williams on the Spanish left. They're taking control of this game. We've played 17 minutes. It's 1-1. Played short. And that's into Nacho. Nacho's going to hit it straight at the goalkeeper.
Yeah, a great play by Nacho. He's just side-footed Boyd once. He's got to get closer to him. He's got to be a bit more canny there.
We're having no cheesy puns with Nacho, John. No spicy challenges. That's pressure on Ballard, who couldn't find a white shirt. Spain have it back, and they're turning the screw a wee bit after a dodgy opening 5 or 6 minutes.
Yeah, we would like to see ourselves get back in the game a little bit, slow the place down and try and take a little bit of sting out of it. But we expected this. We just have to make sure that we keep our concentration.
And I think the Spaniards, if they get the chance to shoot from outside the penalty area, they will go for it. Yamal. Haven't seen too much of him, the teenager. Jesus Navas gets the cross in. Morata has ended his goal drought. A header down, it goes into the net off the left-hand post. Brilliant cross, brilliant header. 18th minute, Spain are 2-1 up.
Michael, I said Navas's crosses were brilliant, and that was absolutely magnificent. The ball's come out to him. He hasn't even stopped the ball. He hasn't looked. He's knocked it in. And when the centre forward knows that that's coming in, you can make a run. And Morata did that, and the goalkeeper no chance with a header. I mean, it's a great cross. That's the Spain we know and love. It's. Watch this, Michael. We just watch it. He doesn't even stop the ball. And at the end of the day, how many times have you watched games throughout this season at whatever level it goes out, the winger or the fullback stops, it comes back in, and we go across the field again? It's a magnificent cross, and Morata's got in between Johnny Evans and I think it was Ballard there, and it made a great leap, and it was a great goal. But all made by Navas.
6 games without a goal. He's back on the score sheet, the captain. All sorts of question marks. Is he good enough at international football? But he scored here to put his side 2-1 up. That's his 35th international goal. The Spanish goalkeepers come out to get the ball away from Isaac Price.
Well, from what we've seen so far, Michael, if they're going to the Euros, they need to get their defence sorted out very quickly.
Yeah.
There's a lot of hesitation.
It's Croatia in Berlin next Saturday, and then Thursday the 20th. Small matter of Italy in Gelsenkirchen. All sorts of historical, recent historical.
Was that the proverbial group of death, was it?
Well, Albania, final game in Dusseldorf on Monday the 24th. They should get out of that.
Just give it away again.
They've given it away. As far as Conor Bradley, who's making a run. Bradley, who, he's got all sorts of, Jimmy Reid was backpedaling, or it was Shea Charles backpedaling and fell over, but Northern Ireland have somehow won the ball back with Jamal Lewis, left-hand side. He's got 2 defenders with him. Has he got a touch off? No, he hasn't.
Corner. It was always a goal kick.
It was always a goal kick.
Bradley again's picked the ball up and he's run into the 18-yard box, and he just couldn't get it out from underneath his feet to have the strike.
And then Shea Charles
fell over on top of him, in front of him.
But little indication that Northern Ireland are going to give it a go, and no surprise to Conor Bradley. Are you happy with the position Bradley's playing?
It's hard to know. I've only seen him there once before against Scotland, and he scored a goal, and he's done very well today. But we know how good he is, coming from deep.
Opening 20 minutes have flown by, John.
They have, yeah.
It's a perfect playing. Well, feels like perfect playing condition. I'm sure it's warm down there.
It doesn't seem to be a breeze. You look at the corner flags; they're not moving at all.
Brilliant pitch, lovely ground.
I was saying to Stephen Craigan before, it's nice like these, Michael. I wish I could get my boots back on.
You're a wee bit old now, John.
You think
here
so?
Goes Jesus Navas on the right hand side. Poor control.
That's the first bad touch he's had.
And Northern Ireland who are working hard.
Yeah, this is where it gets difficult for Northern Ireland, because we know our chances are going to be few and far between. All these players are finishing a long, hard season. Some of them may have already had 2 weeks off and had to come back for it. That is very difficult.
Well, some of them championships or League One haven't kicked a competitive ball for a month.
Is that right? There you are now. That is difficult.
They weren't involved in any playoffs.
Yeah.
Kieran Brown was. It was a packed bench, 2 packed benches.
Yeah.
I had to extend my team sheet to get all the names on.
Yeah.
Hazard and Pierce Charles, the goalkeeping options.
But again, I think it was mentioned before the game, the players have all turned up, apart from maybe Lane and the
Ian Charles, the man who pulled out injured.
Yeah, he was injured, and we know Paddy McNair got married, so, fair play to the players.
Saville as well, I think, rested from the squad. McCann too. But the outfield options: McMenamin, Marshall, Taylor, Smith, Corey Evans.
I always liked Smith. I always thought he'd put pace up front and give us a chance, and
Thompson, McCausland, Spencer.
Yeah,
the old warrior McGuinness.
Yeah, McMenamin as well. He excites me when he comes on.
Brown. One of the forgotten men, Ethan Galbraith. I think he's played 13 minutes of senior international football, back in the bench after a good season with Leyton Orient. Here come the Spaniards again on the right hand side.
Look at that.
Another brilliant cross. Whips it into the back. Nico Williams is there, but it's away, and it's volleyed, and it's saved and tipped away to deny Fabian Ruiz. Good save by Peacock Farrell for corner.
Navas is causing all the danger. We've got to get somebody along that side to give Jamal Lewis a bit of a hand. Because he's so wide, Lewis is finding it difficult to close him down.
Aaron Donnelly, the birthday boy, 21 today, completing the Northern Ireland bench. So I think the first corner on the right hand side for Spain. John O'Neill hasn't spilt his ice all over the place.
Got away over there on the road.
John O'Neill is a wise virgin. He's put his cold water beyond his feet. My ice cubes are currently melting on the carpet of the radio commentary box. Here comes the corner kick from the right hand side for Spain. Curling in, an important header up there by Daniel Ballard.
It was a great header. It was a great corner again, right into the 6-yard box. He needed to win that.
Apologies, it was Owen Toll. Seymour,
was it Toll? Was it?
The goalkeepers come out in his penalty area.
Again, totally miscontrols it.
But Spain have possession. We're quarter away through the game. Daniel Ballard heading Northern Ireland into a shock lead after about a minute and 15 seconds. And a Pedri long-range shot into the bottom corner for 1-1 in the 11th minute. And 18th minute, Morata header 2-1. Spain, no surprise, getting most of the possession. That's a soft free kick won by Nico Williams.
Yeah, Ballard won the ball and he's just sort of laid down.
Seeing the replay there, John. Doesn't look much in it. Doesn't look much in it. French referee who's in his luminous yellow top, black shorts. Free kick is taken quickly. Rodri on the ball, halfway inside the Northern Ireland half. Cross is going to come into the left-hand side. Header is up, and that's over the bar from the skipper again.
No, I think there's a water break here, Michael.
Goodness, what for us or for the players? I've spilled all my water.
You can go and get some ice.
So I'm just on a break. You can have a water break. I'll have a break. Yes, we're having a water break. There was me saying conditions were perfect. But it is obviously it's difficult to tell up here high in the stands. It is obviously very warm down pitch side.
The quality of Spain's crossing has probably been the high point of the first 20-25 minutes. I think we will be a little bit disappointed with the first goal, as I said, because I think Pedri should have been closed down a lot sooner. He was under no pressure at all. He was able to take his time and pick a spot. The second goal...
Does Peacock Farrell get beaten too often by long-range shots, John?
Well, it's happened before, Michael, but it's hard to tell from this angle. You don't know if he's unsighted or whatnot. And to be fair, the ball did really go into the corner of the net. But the second one... The quality of the pass out to Navas, the pace of it was perfect. He just took it in a stride, didn't need to touch it. And when the ball comes in that quick, the defenders have got no chance to react. And if you're not right up against, and I think Morata got in that space between, I think it was Evans and Ballard, and his header was perfect. So for me, that was the perfect goal. I wouldn't criticise too much about that. And as I say, Navas has been the best player on the park at the minute.
It didn't have water breaks in your day. Bring in Keith Gillespie, sitting watching in studio in Belfast. Keith, we got very, very excited in the second minute, but suddenly it looks as if Spain are taking control of this match.
Yeah, I mean, John said it when they got all the possession, but nobody expected it to be 1-0 up at that stage. But they've got so much class in the side. They were always going to have the majority of possession tonight, and it was going to be a backs to the wall performance. But you sort of thought with us getting the early goal, it's going to give us something to hang on to, but those two quick goals have killed us a little bit, and we're sort of struggling really to get out. They're just dominating the ball too much now.
Keith, thank you. We're back playing. We've had our water break. Ballard and sort of words of Danny Blanchflower equalised before the Spaniards scored, didn't he?
Yeah, that's a famous quote, Danny's. But just come back to the water breaks, Michael. The only time we had water breaks was in the first two games when we were in Mexico, when we played Tunisia and Spain, because both of those games kicked off at midday. But our water breaks was they filled plastic bags full of water.
Threw them at you. Nico Williams on the left hand. I remember that.
Yeah, they did,
vividly, yeah.
They just threw them onto the park and you run along and pick them up.
Is that a foul on a Spaniard there on the far side?
I mean, it's another one. It's... Okay, you may say he's at contact.
Shea Charles in there, Conor Bradley in there as well.
As soon as he feels contact in the back, he falls over.
On Rodri?
Maybe, I'm not sure. But I remember Ian Stewart come on one time. They used to do it as often as they could if there was a substitution. Ian Stewart come on with about 5 bags. But the referee blew the whistle before they could hand them out. And Stewart forgot to drop them, and he was running around with 5 bags of water.
The water boy.
Yeah, the water boy is right.
Right, Spanish free kick. Halfway inside the Northern Ireland half, left-hand side as the home side look at it. There's a high defensive line for Northern Ireland, all those white shirts. It's eventually taken to the back post. Header is up. It's still there. Cucurella looking for it. It's volleyed away by, I think that was Conor Bradley.
Yeah, it's a good work free kick. I mean, they waited. There was a lot of movement in the centre of the 18-yard box, and then Lenormand pulled off at the back. Didn't get enough of the header on it. We were able to clear it.
Hume got that ball away.
Yeah,
but just like maybe 5 yards further back than you'd like.
Yeah, I agree with
aging
that,
eyes.
Yeah.
Here goes Nico Williams, left hand side, distinctive figure, taking on both Hume and Bradley. Cucurella, you can't miss him with that mop of hair. And it's back to Nacho wearing 4, and number 8 is Fabian Ruiz. Back. This is deliberate build-up play on the left-hand side by Spain, retaining possession. They're going to go. Well, they were going to go right, instead of which they tried to go through the middle. Good interception by Shea Charles, and that's a shot well wide in the end from Yamal.
Yamal was I think he was a little bit expecting a little bit too much there. I don't think Pico Farrell was going to get beat from that distance. He didn't actually get a hold of it anyway. But we know this is going to be the pattern of the game right throughout the rest of the game, Michael. And it just depends on, can we, get enough energy into the team, try and pace ourselves and keep it at 2-1, and hopefully maybe get a chance on the other end. But we're getting absolutely nothing going forward now.
Long ball by Toll, straight into the hands of Simon, the goalkeeper. Bowls the ball out. Wonderful warm evening here in Mallorca. 15 minutes left in the first half. Here goes Nico Williams inside the penalty area. Gets the cross in. Must be 3-1 and is. That's a second goal for Pedri. You wait for 1 and 2 come along at once, and Northern Ireland were opened up down their right-hand side, the Spanish left. A brilliant cross and an easy tap, and taking it in his stride by Pedri. We're in the 30th minute. Spain 3, Northern Ireland 1.
That was all about pace, Michael. When the ball was played into Williams, Daniel Ballard could not live with him. I was thinking actually he was going to try and step up and try and play him offside, but he didn't, and he just outpaced the defence. The cross was perfect. You see here, I thought Ballard may have stood up as we watched the replay, but he just can't live with the pace. But again, first touch, they get the ball across, and they've got red shirts flying into the box, and it's a great finish again.
Side footing home from 10 yards out, just in front of the penalty spot. It's Cucurella to Williams.
Look at this for a cross. He's cut it back perfectly, and it's a great cutback, because all our defenders are trying to get back to defend the 6-yard box. He's cut it back to the penalty spot, and a great finish.
Camera people cut back to the Northern Ireland fans. They're looking slightly gloomier than they were 28 minutes ago.
That is a foul. I mean, I just don't understand how he hasn't given a foul there.
Northern Ireland have been rattled. Trey Hume trying to get the ball upfield. It's still deep inside the Northern Ireland half. That was a foul.
Yeah, about time. That's 2 fouls he should have given.
By Morata. Northern Ireland free kick inside their own half. 3-1, half an hour gone.
It's going to be a long night for them now. We know, as I said earlier, the second half they're going to ring the changes, and I would say Northern Ireland will go and do it as well. But we had 3 very good games leading up to this, but these are a different class, Michael. These are definitely a different class.
You're saying Spain are better than Scotland, John?
I'm saying Spain, from the back 4 forward, they're definitely better than Scotland, but I'm not sure about the defending.
Controversial.
Yeah.
Peacock Farrell with a free kick upfield to the far side. Header won by Cucurella. There's Bradley down.
I think he's got a knee in the side and maybe on the back of his thigh. I think it was just purely an accident. He probably has a dead leg there.
He is in some pain, and Bradley is a warrior.
Yeah, I think he's definitely got a knee. I don't know if it's in his back or in his thigh. And Johnny's saying, stay down, don't get up.
Give us a break.
Yeah.
Well, the camera keeps going back to Cucurella. Let's see. Here's the replay.
Yeah, he's just caught him as he's gone up.
Kicked him in the thigh.
Yeah, well, I don't know if it was a kick.
They disguise it well, John. Certainly made contact. Bradley's down.
I tell you what, I don't know how he plays with that mop of hair. That would drive me up the walls.
That's his image, Sean.
Well,
he's probably trademarked it.
He probably do shampoo ads or something, does he?
I don't know if he's yet to convince the Chelsea fans.
No, I don't. I've watched him a couple of times, and again, going forward, I like him. But when it comes to defending, but I could say that about a lot of defenders in the Premier League this year. Like, going forward, they're certainly a lot better than they are defending. And it's almost to the stage where teams think, well, you know, maybe Manchester United, you know, we're
something in the Republic of Ireland top. He's got a bit confused in the stands there amongst the Spanish fans. They're currently focusing on the Northern Ireland fans, who certainly enjoyed themselves in the sun. Northern Ireland throw in far side. So there'll be a couple of minutes of additional time to be played by the French referee at the end of the first half. 3-1 Spain, after Northern Ireland took a surprise lead, shall we say, after a wee minute and a bit. And the ball is out of play for another throw-in that came off Captain Morata.
Well, we were just talking to a couple of lads, a couple of reporters here before the game, Michael, and they were saying 2-0 and 3-0 to Spain.
One of them was Paul Gilmore, native of this parish.
Don't be saying that. But we were making the point, like, for us, you know, as commentators, you know, if Northern Ireland have a great game, well and good. If Spain are going to score a bar load of goals, it's going to be a good night watching Spain.
No, I've got the cross into the penalty area, and it's been put out of play again. So they're trying to build on the right-hand side. Bradley, thankfully, is back up, and he's been repaired. Half a dozen Northern Ireland substitutes warming up. Yeah,
and Le Normand has settled down a little bit. He's actually started to defend a bit better.
Northern Ireland throw in far side there, right. Looking for a little bit of movement from Conor Bradley. He's thrown long into the penalty area. Spain win the header away. It's still there for Northern Ireland. It was Isaac Price, blonde hair, got his head to it, but we haven't seen Jimmy Reid at all, have we?
No, not at all. Haven't mentioned him
barely
at all.
Featured.
You know, to be honest, it's not his fault.
No,
you know, he just can't get in the game.
It's brilliantly kept in by Cucurella on the left-hand side. That was acrobatic.
Yeah, and
he's looking for applause as well.
Yeah, I think he took a bow over there.
Oh, he's a showman, isn't he?
Brilliant.
Nico Williams up against Trey Hume. Cucurella has made the decoy run, header away by Johnny Evans. As far as Nacho, 6 Champions League winners' medals, Nacho. That's tasty, amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Nico Williams gets the ball onto his right foot. You can see the Northern Ireland defenders tearing in front of our eyes, can't you?
It's very, very
the Spaniards
difficult.
Come yet again.
Very, very difficult to defend for this.
Lamine Yamal now onto the left foot. Back onto the left foot, going wider. Gets the cross in. Must be 4. What a brilliant goal. That's number 4. And goodness me, it was tapped in by Fabian Ruiz. And Northern Ireland are in all sorts of trouble here. There's still 10 minutes left in the first half. Brilliantly set up by the teenager. Tapped home by Fabian Ruiz. 10 minutes left in the first half. It's 4-1 Spain.
How old did you say Yamal is?
He's 16.
16. Unbelievable. He's cut in on the left-hand side. Now, to be fair, we can't get anywhere near him. But the quality of the cross, he's put it on a plate. And again, it's left for the Michael just to side foot the ball into the goal. It's a great cross. And Fabian Ruiz has a beautiful, beautiful finish.
His second international goal.
Just watching it again. It's easy, you know, side foot in the net.
It's not being unfair, but at the minute it's men against boys.
Oh, I mean, they're just a different class of side. Their movement is incredible.
Nothing Peacock Farrell could do about that one.
No.
Now you worry now what this could end up being. Shea Charles wins the ball back, and Spaniards are getting stuck in now. They're really up for this, Spain.
Yeah, they are.
But they've given the ball away to Isaac Price outside his own penalty area.
That was Yamal.
Shea Charles back to the goalkeeper under pressure, clears right-footed.
That was Yamal again, you know, shoulder to shoulder with Shea Charles, and he's just knocked him straight over.
Here they come again. They're not letting up. Cucurella on the left-hand side. That's over Morata. It's deflected away into the path of Jesus Navas. From an absolutely dozy start, they're turning it on here. Spain deflected cross into the hands of Peacock Farrell. Blimey, Jamie. Would you like to be out there playing, John?
I still would love to play. Yeah, I mean, you learn a lot here. You know, you gotta realize that they're a much better side. You gotta analyze what you're doing, what you're trying to do, what you're doing wrong, and what you're doing right. And at the end of the day, Michael, as we've always said down through the years, friendlies are friendlies. You know,
you don't want a 6, 7, or 8, John, though.
I don't really care, to be honest, Michael. I don't think this is a reflection on us at all, in the sense that it's a game that you're playing against a team which you're far superior. You're playing in conditions which suit them down to the ground. We've got players who are finished the season. They've got a team that's going to the Euros, who are players who are trying to impress and make sure that they're going to be in that starting 11 next week. So it's not like for like,
Owen Toll, Shea Charles, Northern Ireland are shell-shocked. Ballard, that's a difficult pass to...
he's hurt himself, I think, as well.
Another Northern Ireland man down. Is it Bradley again or Hume? It's Hume.
The one disappointing thing about it, Michael, is that when we have the ball, we're doing very, very little. Defensively, you can hold your hand up and say these guys are very, very good. Yamal coming in here off the right-hand side, 2 yards outside the 18-yard box, and he puts it on a plate for Fabian Ruiz. That is just good play. There's sometimes you got to hold your hand up and say there's nothing you can do, but I would love to see us maybe have some more of a threat going forward. And you rightly said, Reid, I'd love to know how many times he's touched the ball. We cannot get a pass into his feet.
Billy Peacock-Farrell with a free kick forward. Jumping his toll here is Jimmy Reid. He's nodded it high into the hands of the goalkeeper.
Yeah, again, any contact at all in the box and the referee's blowing.
Free kick.
Yeah. I think it was Ballard's gone up again and he's given the free kick, although Reid didn't get much on the ball. It was more of a header up in the air. Yeah.
Spain in possession inside their own half. 6.5 minutes of normal time, plus probably 2 or 3 for those stoppages and of course the water break. I didn't stop my stopwatch for that.
Well, you mentioned to me earlier today, Michael, about before we went to Spain in '82, we lost 5 against France.
4 against France.
4 against France. We lost 5 against England. And look what happened there.
Cucurella outside the penalty area. Another sweeping ball to Jesus Navas on this near side. The
first touch is brilliant. Look at this.
Point of the penalty area. He's getting to the byline, getting the cross in. Lovely cross, and all Northern Ireland could do is head that out of play. I think it was Shea Charles putting out for the corner kick.
I bet Holland from Manchester City would love to have this guy playing on the right hand side for him,
providing those crosses. Yeah.
Oh dear, could you imagine what he would do?
Standing over the ball is Lamine Yamal, the teenager, with that assist. Nico Williams has come to this near side. This is the Spanish right. 5 red shirts in the penalty area. They've set it up maybe for a volley on the edge of the area. Pedri for the hat-trick, and it's into the crowd behind the goal.
Yeah, the cross from the corner right to Pedri, and unfortunately his first touch just let him down slightly, but you saw exactly what they were going to do. He was trying to touch and hit it, but his touch wasn't great, and it pushed him a little bit too far wide, and wasn't the best of shots at the finish.
Efforts by the Northern Ireland fans to make some noise away to our left-hand side in the top corner of the upper tier. Billy Peacock-Farrell kicks left-footed. The chase is on for Isaac Price down that left-hand side. Is he going to keep it in? I think he might. He has support with Reid in the penalty area. Here's Isaac Price, got a defender with him, trying to get the cross in. He's done very well to get that ball in. The header is deflected over and well wide in the end.
Yeah, Cucurella has done
from
well.
Conor Bradley.
Yeah, he's done well. He's right up against Conor Bradley. The cross from Price didn't have a lot of pace on it, and Bradley wasn't able to either get direction or pace on the header. Better though, Michael, but still a long way to go.
Spain with Pedri, 2 goals so far, and they want to get forward. Cucurella wants to get forward. Nico Williams wants the ball on that left-hand side. Instead of which they go back to the old reliable, think about the right-hand side. They're toying with Northern Ireland. Back out to Cucurella. Trey Hume's going to be exhausted. At the end of this, I think Northern Ireland they'll have to bring on subs in the second half, just purely for exhaustion's sake.
I'd be surprised if Spain don't bring a load on at half-time as well.
Yeah. Cucurella infield to Nico Williams. Shot has been set up. It's deflected by Nacho. That's going to be a corner kick.
Yeah, as soon as they get any sort of space in front of the 18-yard box, they're going to have a goal.
3.5 minutes plus stoppage time plus the water break. Could be another 8.5 maybe. Left in the first half. Not what Northern Ireland probably want to hear. All in white.
Yamal was taking his time anyway. They must be feeling it as well. They slowed the pace down a little bit there when they were taking the corner.
Fabian Ruiz infield. Jesus Navas gets the cross in, nodded into the path of Nacho. Great defending by Johnny Evans.
Good defending by Evans, but that was a brilliant set piece play.
They're trying to find Isaac Price on this left-hand side. He's not going to pick it up. That's brilliantly done.
Great play
by Fabian Ruiz to keep it alive for Lamine Yamal. And he's tantalising again. He gets he's giving Jamal Lewis twisted blood. Isn't that what they say?
He did. He said
the cross in the end wasn't great.
It wasn't great. It was almost as if he had stubbed the cross into the hands of Bailey Peacock-Farrell. But I mean, he's different class.
Almost every attack now, they're coming up with something, aren't they?
Yeah.
Something different. Or just playing at such pace.
The pace is incredible.
It's 4-1. Northern Ireland took the lead in the second minute. Northern Ireland playing without a defence with Johnny Evans, who puts it out of play.
They're trying to play out from the back there, and I think the players are exhausted for a start, and they closed it down very, very quickly, and Evans had no options.
It's the Mexican wave. It's the Spanish wave this evening. And they're really going for it, the Spanish fans. They want to be entertained. And it's rippling. I thought this had gone the way of Spangles and Rubik's Cubes, John. Mexican waves.
I haven't seen one in a long time. But they do love their football in Spain, that's for sure.
And they're just retaining possession, slowing the game down.
It'll be interesting to see the stats at halftime for possession. Not that in a lot of games it doesn't mean a lot, but certainly in this one it does, because
this is Fabian Ruiz. Still the Mexican wave goes round. I think has it fizzled out? No, it's still going. And a good tackle coming in on Nico Williams on the far side. Stephen Cregan has appeared to give his half-time thoughts. Spain still in possession on the left. I think they're just playing the clock down here, John.
Yeah.
Morata's made a run, but he's offside. Northern Ireland have won the ball back. Shea Charles has gone down under a challenge. Play on, says the French referee. Here comes Williams again up against Hume, and surprise, surprise, who tackles him? Conor Bradley. Bradley clears only as far as Rodri. Spain just waiting and probing. Williams on the left-hand side. Here comes the cross. Morata is nearly up. Owen Toll gets the header away.
It was a good header by Toll again.
Well, Boyd Muntz lost it. And hey, they've got a cross on the right. Is it 5 and a block? That was surely going in. That was nearly Pedri's hat-trick. And I think Johnny Evans, did he get his body in the way or his backside?
Again,
here comes Spain once more over the top and headed away by Lewis, and a volley coming in. That's wide in the end from Jesus Navas. It's exhausting. What it must be like trying to defend, I don't know.
And the thing about it, Michael, we're 4-1 down now.
Let's see if that Pedri effort was, well, did it hit the...
It hit him, yeah.
Hit the elbow of Johnny Evans. Didn't know an awful lot.
His arm was well down by
his side. It wasn't an unnatural position. What was the board showing there?
Didn't see it, Michael. 6, was it?
3. I thought it was more than that.
Yeah, well, when you take the break...
We've had the 45 according to my watch, but that includes the water break.
The players will be happy with that.
I think the match officials have been kind to Northern Ireland. Because there were at least a couple of injury breaks. The one for Bradley early on.
Quite a bit as well, yeah. Well, I don't even get anywhere close to Peacock-Farrell's kick-outs at all now.
Forward by Ballard. It's a chase on for Bradley, trying to put Cucurella under pressure. Back to goalkeeper Seymour. Still the tedium of the Mexican wave makes its way around the stadium into the first of those 3 additional minutes. Spain coming out of their own half. Now Cucurella trying to show off a few tricks on the far side, but Trey Hume was wise to that. Ball's out of play.
I mean, we've just come up against a far superior team who are turning it on.
In almost exactly the way England didn't against Iceland.
Yeah. And the thing about it is, Michael, is Northern Ireland are 4-1 down, and these players are playing their guts out.
Yeah. Here they come again. Rodri, the centre circle, gets the ball back. Rodri chips it forward. Jesus Navas, was he offside? Gets it squared and cut out by Isaac Price. Lewis gets a little bit tangled up, chips it forward left-footed. Going to be a rare touch for Jamie Reid. A good touch into the path of Isaac Price on the left-hand side. Showed too much of that to the defender. And it's come off. Normand's out of play on this near side. That'll be a throw-in. And it'll be a Spanish throw-in. And we've got a minute and a half left of what been a pretty amazing 48 minutes plus of football.
Yeah, I mean, you just got to sit back and you admire Spain, admire the way they're moving the ball.
Forward by Cucurella, looking for Morata, cut out by Ballard. Out to Bradley, gives it back to Hume. Still Northern Ireland deep inside their own half. Ballard back to goalkeeper Peacock Farrell, who's all in black, with a little red flash on his shoulder. Kicks it left-footed, looking for Reid, who does very nicely. And this is Shea Charles into the path of Isaac Price. Can Northern Ireland get one back before half-time? Isaac Price, Charles shoots, and diving save. Well done, Simo, into the path of Jamie Reid. That was nearly 4-2. Jamie Reid trying to fight, gets the ball back. It falls to Isaac Price, who misses a sitter. Balloons it over the bar. That should have been Isaac Price's third international goal, and that should have been 4-2 at half-time.
Oh, Michael, he's 10 yards out with a goal gaping. It was Charles tried to ding it around the keeper. He's made a good save, and Reid gets on the end of it. He does well to get it back. It was a poor header, fell right to Price, and he's just laid bang right in front of the goal and put it over the bar.
Not just over the bar, well over the bar. That was the last piece of action. Should have been 4-2 at half-time. Yeah, well, as it is, it's 4-1, John O'Neill.
Yeah, we scored a goal in the first few minutes, and we should have had a second one in the last few seconds. But in between, it's been all Spain. They've been brilliant to watch. The players are obviously exhausted out there. I don't know what Michael's going to say to them. I think you've got to hold your hand up and say they're absolutely brilliant.
Well, it all started with a brilliant Northern Ireland free kick, nodded in by Daniel Ballard for 1-0 in the second minute. Pedri equalised with a long-range shot into the bottom corner in the 11th minute. Captain Morata, fantastic header in off the post, 2-1 in the 18th minute. Pedri tapping in his second goal on the half-hour mark. And then Fabian Ruiz for 4-1 with the brilliant assist from Lamine Yamal, the teenager.
Yeah, well, the pace that they're playing and the crosses that are coming in from Navas and from Yamal, Michael, it makes it very, very difficult to defend them. They take a touch on, and it gives us a chance to close them down, maybe block the cross. If they take a touch and they still get the cross in, the defenders have got time to react. But when the ball comes out and they're putting it in so quick, if you're not right up against your centre forward or the attacker, you've got no chance. And the quality of their crossing and the passing has been excellent.
If you're a Northern Ireland substitute, do you want to come on in the second half?
I would play any time. Northern Ireland are never going to win the World Cup, but you could be playing against a team that's going to win the Euros, and you'd like to have looked back in your career and say, well, I played against him. He absolutely stuck forward past me, but it was a great experience. You can tell your kids that. And I've always liked that. I've played against teams who've demolished us, but these are the best players in the world, and no matter what sport you're in, you want to be competing against the best players in the world.
What are the options in the second half for Northern Ireland? Do we see Corey Evans given a sort of 20-minute cameo, getting him back? Do we see Jordan Thompson coming into midfield?
Those are the two that you think would come in and have fresh legs.
Rory Spencer at the back, maybe?
Exactly, possibly. Maybe bring on McMenamin on the wing. I don't know how tired Reid is going to be, because he really hasn't been in the game through no fault of his own. But that last passage of play there, Michael, shows exactly what we can do. The ball up to him, he brought it down perfectly, and set Jermaine Charles away. And at the end of the day, we really should have scored. But really, when you look at our bench and you look at their bench, is it going to make a big lot of difference? I'm not sure.
Well, yes, credit where credit's due. It was Caelan Boyd-Munce with that brilliant free kick for the Ballard header. His first contribution and assist in international football. Brilliant header, as we're seeing it on the replay. We'll get the thoughts of former Northern Ireland defender Stephen Cregan. But here at the Estadio de Son Mush at half-time, worryingly for the travelling Green and White Army and the listening Northern Ireland fans around the world, it's Spain 4, Northern Ireland 1.
Thanks to Michael and to John. We'll be back with them shortly. We'll also get the thoughts of Keith Gillespie and Michael O'Connor in a couple of minutes. But now we will pause for the BBC News.
BBC News NI on Radio Ulster and on BBC Sounds.
And I'm Tina Campbell. Good evening. A man has been arrested on suspicion of attempted murder in relation to a serious assault in Bangor. Bernie Allen has more.
At around 11 o'clock last night, police received a call about an assault in the Fort Road area of Bangor. Officers attended the scene and found a man in his 40s lying on the road with significant head injuries. The victim received treatment at the scene and was transported to hospital, where he remains in a serious condition. Shortly afterwards, a 41-year-old man was arrested at a nearby property on suspicion of attempted murder and possessing an offensive weapon. The man remains in custody as inquiries continue.
A teenager and a woman in her 20s are both in a critical condition in hospital in two separate road accidents. An 18-year-old man was injured in a two-vehicle crash in Kesh in County Fermanagh. It happened on the Letterboy Road after 6 o'clock yesterday evening. While in County Londonderry, a woman is in a critical condition after her car collided with a lorry on the Glen Keane Road in Akadui. Counting is continuing in the Republic of Ireland in the local and European elections. Although the counts are expected to run into Monday, some early trends are emerging. The government parties remain quietly confident, while independents appear to be gaining support. Kevin Sharkey reports from Dublin.
Almost 1,000 councillors are being elected across the country, but it will take some time before the counting in the local elections is complete. But already tallies are indicating that the main coalition parties, Fianna Fáil and Fine Gael, have fared better than expected. Sinn Féin may not get as many seats as anticipated, and many independent councillors will be elected. Counting in the European elections begins tomorrow, and that could take days before final results are known.
The wife of the author and presenter Michael Mosley has said his family is refusing to lose hope of finding him as search efforts continue on the Greek island of Symi. Mr Mosley, who is 67, vanished after setting off for a walk on Wednesday. The earlier traffic accident on the A1 at the Hillsborough Road roundabout has now been cleared and traffic flows have returned to normal. Now finally, here's Cecilia with your weather.
Later tonight, clouds will increase to bring outbreaks of rain and drizzle by morning. The breeze will freshen, but temperatures shouldn't drop much lower than 7 to 9 Celsius. Sunday will be rather cloudy and damp with patchy rain and drizzle on and off for much of the day. In most places it won't be particularly heavy, but it will feel chilly with highs of just 12 to 14 Celsius and still quite a brisk westerly breeze.
BBC News.
On BBC iPlayer.
It's just one of those days, you know, when people say your name's on the card.
That's what the game is all about.
How the Scottish and Irish,
they have this passion,
changed football.
You know, George Best up there with Messi, Ronaldo.
Shanks, Fergie, Matt Busby. Doesn't get much bigger than that, does it?
I played with Roy and played against Roy. You would hope he might go mad and get sent off.
It's a success for these islands, not just English football.
Pitch Invasion. Watch all episodes now on BBC iPlayer.
This is Sportsound International Football. Listen live on digital, online or on BBC Sounds.
Well, the half-time score, Spain 4, Northern Ireland 1. A very tough first half for Michael O'Neill's men. And just to quickly bring you up to speed with what's been happening elsewhere in the rugby, Leinster beat Ulster by 43 points to 20. That's in the URC playoff quarter-final earlier in Dublin. And in the international friendlies, Croatia 2-1 winners against Portugal. Croatia, of course, take on Spain next weekend in their Euros opener. And Belgium 3-0 winners against Luxembourg. Romelu Lukaku in great form, 2 goals for him tonight. And looking at this match, gentlemen, Keith Gillespie and Michael O'Connor with me. For 10 minutes, if you're a Northern Ireland fan, that was class. I'm not sure what the Spanish for poking the bear is, but I think we managed to do it. Is that fair, Keith?
Yeah. Very unexpected as going ahead so early, and you know they reacted to that, and you know they've been absolutely brilliant since, and you sort of feel sorry for the Northern Ireland players, because the one thing they'll always do is put a shift in, but you know sometimes, you know, when you're up against that much quality, you know it's just very difficult to deal with. And you know 4 goals, you know, we're only at half time, so you sort of fear the worst for the second half, but you know hopefully they'll make a few changes, and you know it might disrupt their rhythm a little bit, but you know it's going to be a very difficult second half, and you sort of don't envy Michael getting in for that team talk, because you know just sometimes you've just got to hold your hand up and just say the opposition is just too good for you.
We'll put ourselves in the mind of the manager and the players in just a moment, but let's appreciate what happened inside 2 minutes and put smiles on lots of Northern Ireland fans' faces in this studio, across the stadium and everywhere you might be listening tonight. Dan Ballard, brilliant header, and Keelan Boyd-Muntz, credit where credit is due, fantastic delivery in. One of the first contributions in his international career, setting up a goal. Not bad.
It's not a bad start, is it? I think it was his first touch. Great ball in, by the way. I think the Spanish defence was still in the change room at that stage. It's caught them cold. And then he put another great ball in just after that. Didn't attack it, but I think that's how we're going to get our goals tonight. Set pieces. The last 3-4 minutes, I think Jamie Reid, it's the first time he touched the ball twice. And once he brought, I think it was Charles he brought into play, but got a chance from it. But as Keith said, it's levels above. You look at Scotland, who have top players, but this is an extra 2 or 3 levels above. But they mix it up, the Spanish as well. You see the goals are crossing it. They're playing with 3 in the pockets. It's just hard to mark as a defender. Do you step in or do you drop off? If you drop off, then someone will get it in front of you. If you go tight, someone's going to run behind you. It's like the red arrows at times. They're just everywhere.
And how do you assess the goals as professionals? Because watching it, they make it look so easy. Can you appreciate the skill that's involved in that? Or is there something Northern Ireland's missing in terms of how they've been approaching trying to thwart the Spanish attack?
I think when you concede goals, you always sort of analyse it to see is there more that you could do to prevent it. Certainly the first goal, maybe got too much, space to turn. But we were speaking about it off air, and the defenders are most of the time are pretty happy for somebody shooting from that distance. You sort of put faith in your goalkeeper, because if Johnny steps out and they play a little ball through, then you question why did he do that. So it's a hard one. I think that the disappointing one probably for Johnny and Daniel Ballard is probably the Murata goal, because like all good strikers do, he gets in between them, and Johnny and Daniel Ballard weren't aware of that. It's a great ball in, but I think the other 2 goals are just really well worked goals. You could argue that the third goal, maybe somebody hasn't tracked their runner and he's arriving in the box free. I think the fourth goal is just a fantastic goal, a great ball by the young lad, and nice easy finish for him.
Stephen Craigan's listening in to what you're saying there, Keith. Stephen, you've marked and maybe kicked some of the best attackers in the world. What would you be saying about Northern Ireland's defence? How would you score them?
Well, first of all, when you think about Spain, you think about possession football. You talk about cutting teams open, playing little 1-2s and being hard to play against. When you look at their goals, the guys you've just spoken about, 3 cross balls and a shot from 20 yards, which seems very unlike Spain. However, it just shows you, if you've got a threat in the box like Murata, why take touches in the wide area? Why not just put the ball in and try and upset defenders? And when you look back on our games against Denmark and Romania and Scotland, we defended cross balls very well. We looked steady, we looked secure. But tonight, whether it's the quality that Spain are putting in, whether it's how early they're putting the ball in, whether it's the midfield runners and the movement of the centre forwards, it's causing us all sorts of problems. Every time the ball comes into the box, you think there's going to be a goal. So when you talk about learnings from an exercise like this, matching runners has been a problem. I think the midfield, they've got caught a couple of times there. Do they press up? Do they drop off? Pedri's such a clever player. He's taken up really good positions in and around the back of Shea Charles, in and around the back of Keelan Boyd-Muntz, and they don't know where to stick or twist. It's a real handful. Cross balls, and then we spoke about ahead of the game about ball retention. I think it was about 37 minutes by the time Northern Ireland actually made 5 passes, connected 5 passes up, but that's down to the pressure that Spain are putting on. They're suffocating Northern Ireland. The minute they lose the ball, they go and hunt it back down again. So it's been a sobering 45 minutes. It's been tough. We expected it would be. However, moving forward, there has to be learnings from everything we've spoken about. But let's hold our hands up. Spain have been absolutely terrific, and once they get into the rhythm and their flow, they're very difficult to stop.
Clinical and efficient, 72% possession. The Spaniards have enjoyed 6 shots, 4 goals. I mean, it really does tell its own story. What way do you expect Northern Ireland to respond from here? Does Michael O'Neill stick with these players for a little while? Can he afford to make changes?
Well, I think you'll have to make changes. It's a tough 45 minutes chasing the ball and not getting many touches, and a lot of the guys who've been out of season for 5, 6, 7 weeks haven't played a lot of football. for the first 5 minutes you're fine, 10 minutes you're excited about it, then suddenly the game gets away from you, the legs get heavy and the lungs get tired and you're gasping for air. So Michael will eventually make changes, whether he makes it at half time or not. There's plenty of energy in the bench, that's exactly what you need. But ultimately you've got to try and get hold of the ball. Yes, I know it's difficult. Sometimes it's about making that first pass, completing the first pass, completing the second one, and allowing yourself to get a foothold into the game. But we spoke about Spain being hungry, being ready for next weekend and the start of the Euros. They certainly look in the groove.
Stephen, thank you very much. Keith, Michael, thank you as well. I can see the players just making their way back out onto the pitch. So let's hand back over to John O'Neill and Michael McNamee.
Thank you very much indeed. Just getting our effects microphone back plugged in. Certainly at least a couple of changes from Spain. Dani Carvajal, not a bad sub to have on your bench. Real Madrid, and Alex Grimaldo, I think, as well, coming on.
I'm not sure. I haven't seen the board yet who's going off. We just saw them in the tunnel, Michael.
Let's see Northern Ireland.
Northern Ireland are definitely making a change as well.
15's on. That's Jordan Thompson and Corey Evans, the return of Corey Evans, who's been out for 15 months. He's missed, I think, 12 games.
What's the two you mentioned just before half-time, Michael? And that's the two he's bringing on.
Yeah. I haven't seen...
Can't see the board yet who's gone off.
And certainly Grimaldo of Bayer Leverkusen coming on for his fourth cap.
We're too far away to actually identify any of the players here.
Here go the boards.
Going up now anyway. Well, it just shows you the strength and depth that they have. They're bringing Carvajal off. He's just won his sixth European Cup.
Cucurella has come off. And for Northern Ireland, Corey Evans and Jordan Thompson coming on. It is Owen Toole making way. And also the debutant Caelan Boyd-Muntz, who provided that assist for the Ballard free kick. So Toole off, Jordan Thompson on, and Corey Evans on, and Caelan Boyd-Muntz off.
Has Navas gone off for Spain? I couldn't catch the first one.
I think it was, yeah. I think you're right.
I think that's how you want. I don't think Jamal Lewis would be too bothered much about that.
So the French referee gets us underway with Northern Ireland on white, playing from left to right on this beautiful warm evening in Palma. That's through the hands of goalkeeper Unai Simon, all in blue.
The difference between the two teams, Michael, is when they have possession, they have good players that can really hurt you. When we have possession, we can't keep it long enough, and if that keeps going on against the side of this quality, you're going to lose goals.
So Simon in goal, Carvajal, Nacho, Lenormand and Grimaldo. In defence for Spain with Pedri, 2 goals already, Rodri and Fabian Ruiz, 1 goal for him. And it's Morata who ended his goal drought, the captain, with Lamine Yamal and Nico Williams either side of him. Give you the Northern Ireland team in a second. Northern Ireland all in white have won the ball back with Shea Charles. So it's Billy Peacock Farrell in goal. With those changes, I'll just watch because Northern Ireland are on the attack here, and it's Jordan Thompson going down under the challenge outside the D. Should have been
It certainly looked a free kick from here.
Defensive trio. Well, you've got Hume, Ballard and Evans.
Yeah, I think Bradley's going back to his normal.
Here comes Spain down the right hand side. I can't even give you the Northern Ireland team. Pedro is back to goal. There's a Spaniard down in the 6-yard box. Play is going to continue, but he's lying in a heap right in front of Billy Peacock Farrell as they get the ball out to substitute Grimaldo. Nico Williams, I think it's Morata, the captain.
Yeah.
He's gingerly getting to his feet. The ball's being scooped out of play by Spain. That'll be
he's complaining.
He's complaining to the French referee, who is Bastien Dechepi.
He's not happy at all.
Been whacked in the nose. Jordan Thompson's making some sort of point to the French referee. We're going to see it again here with Trey Hume. Trey Hume caught him.
It's nonsense.
Well, he did catch him. To what extent
Michael,
he caught him?
He's put his elbow out to allow him to go past him.
You know these days, you put your elbow up like that, of course he's going to go down.
I know.
There's
but
no real contact.
There's no contact. I mean, he's holding his nose as if he's actually threw an elbow at him. Hume's put his elbow out, which you would do to stop a player going past, and he's run into it, made a complete meal of it and a complete ass of himself.
So it was Ballard, Evans and Hume. Then we've got
Jamal Lewis and Bradley as the two wing backs.
Shea Charles and Jordan Thompson in the middle.
Yeah, so Hume's gone into the middle and replaced Toll.
Bradley, Price and Reid.
Yeah.
And it's 4-1. And you only hope that the substitutions affect the Spaniards more than they do Northern Ireland.
Hopefully it'll disrupt the game.
And it's still a beautiful evening, and still, maybe it was a wee bit unfair on probably 3/4, maybe slightly more. I think there were some late arrivals, but it's difficult to tell because most of the Spaniards are in red and all the seats are red. So it's difficult to tell which seats are occupied and which aren't. But it's not a full stadium. 26,000 here. It's back with Unai Simon, and the Spaniards will build from the back with Lenormand, who had such a shocking start to the game, and then settle down. And I think Alex Grimaldo is going to try and get down this left-hand side as much as possible, wearing 12. Remember, Spain have picked their Euro squad. These will be the squad numbers that you see and hear about on BBC and Radio 5 Live. With, of course, next Friday, Scotland taking on Germany, the hosts. That's a fairly unlikely result if Scotland are going to get that, but you never know. Maybe playing Germany first is the ideal schedule for them. The ball's out of play for a Spanish throw. The second half hasn't really got to life yet.
No.
Played 4 minutes, still 4-1. I hope this game doesn't fizzle out, John.
Well, I think maybe Northern Ireland do, but it's a joy to watch Spain, the way they play. They're very direct. You know, they do have a lot of possession, but it's not possession for possession's sake.
Carvajal on the right-hand side, infield to Rodri of Manchester City. Nacho, centre circle on this left-hand side. Grimaldo gets the cross in. It deflects into the night sky. Trey shoots, barging all over the place. Referees watching. Spain still have possession all the way back to the man in sky blue, Simon.
And the difference there, Michael, Grimaldo takes 2 touches and we can close him down and block the cross.
Rodri looking up, looking for Nico Williams. That's a mistake by Hume. Nico Williams is in here. He's twisting and turning, gets the shot in. It's palmed down, and luckily for Northern Ireland it fell to Johnny Evans. Hume got away with that one.
Yeah, he lost it there, and again Williams clever in the box.
Shea Charles on the right. Bradley's flick into the path, attempted into the path of Shea Charles, has only given the ball away to Rodri.
He's playing exactly like he plays for Man City, and he's just in there directing everything, breaking everything up.
Jamal, who seems to have sort of dropped into more of a midfield role. And here comes Nico Williams on the left-hand side. Waiting for the challenge, gives the ball infield to Grimaldo. And again, Spain just taking their time. Lenormand inside the Northern Ireland half, the right-hand side. Carvajal. Pedri, 2 goals so far. Having played his opening 19 international games without scoring at all, he's sitting in a hat-trick.
I know.
And the fellow who scored a hat-trick against Andorra is on the bench. Grimaldo on the Spanish left. He retains possession. Infield to Fabian Ruiz. It's a lesson on how to retain the football at the minute. Nico Williams now. He's
great turn.
Trying to get away from Hume. Hume's kept up with him. Back to Grimaldo, left-hand side, level the 18-yard box of Northern Ireland. Rodri. 2 Northern Ireland defenders in front of him. Again, Spain are just toying with the men in white.
You can do that when you're 4-1 up, can't you?
And it's all the way back to Nacho on the halfway line. Spain in the scarlet shirts with the yellow numbers. Dark blue shorts, red socks as well.
The edge has gone out of the game ever so slightly. They're not playing at the same pace.
Rodri out to the right-hand side. Carvajal. Infield to Pedri. Still 21 players inside the Northern Ireland half. And that's an attempted ball through, and it's all the way through for a goal kick from pace, Fabian Ruiz. This game has died.
The pace is really gone, and you can see that. They've got another 2 coming on now, Michael. You know,
and it is man well known to Manchester City fans, Aymeric Laporte, now playing his football in Saudi Arabia for Al Nassr. Morata's coming off, and also coming on is that fellow who got the hat-trick, Mikel Ofarzabal. And Nacho's coming off too. Real Sociedad, Mikel Ofarzabal, who was also in the under-21 side beat by Northern Ireland back in the day. And Morata making way. And
strange decision to bring them on 5 minutes. Why didn't you just bring them on
7 minutes
after half time?
Morata's making a point before the official. Shakes hands with the coach. And it is Rodri who's wearing the captain's armband now. And they're all watching as the man in black away to our left. Billy Peacock Farrell thought about playing it short to Trey Hume, which was never a million years going to work. Trey Hume was about 35 yards away.
And Williams is standing 2 yards behind him.
Kicks it over the halfway line. Northern Ireland have possession. And let's work back to Trey Hume. On this right hand side, Shea Charles wins the throw in. No, he doesn't.
No. He just got the last touch there.
Fabian Ruiz got the challenge in. Yes, this game was fizzling a little bit.
Well, we knew that, Michael. We said it before, and then you probably maybe get 50, 60 minutes of a good game, and after that, the changes are going to disrupt everything.
And it's one of those substitutes, Aymeric Laporte, winning his 29th cap. Of course, man born in France in Agen, played underage for a load of French sides, has a family connection to Spain, eventually switched his allegiance to Spain. And the ball's out on the right-hand side. Here they come again. The shot's going to come in. They're moving in field. Opportunity for Nico Williams, who took his eye off the ball. The one thing you don't do, and it's drifting out of play for a throw-in.
Yeah, again, good play. I think it's Jamal again coming inside. Great ball across the box, and he just took his eye completely off it. You can see even the players, the game's drifting a little bit, even from the Spanish players. The game's over. They know what's at stake. They don't want to get injured. They want to be there for the start of the Euros next week.
Yeah, Croatia next Saturday. Wonderful to get major football tournament on. That's your summer sorted out. Of course, the T20 cricket. Let's not talk about that if you're an Ireland fan. Olympic Games still to come in Paris. What summer of sport in the BBC, John?
Yeah.
And of course we've also got Northern Ireland against Andorra next Tuesday evening from Murcia, kicking off the summer of sport.
That's going to be a tough game for the players in the sense of trying to get yourself motivated for it, isn't it?
Nico Williams, lovely ball through. Grimaldo squaring it. Not a great attempted cross, scooped up into the sky by Northern Ireland.
But I remember we talked about the game against France, Michael, and I think was it 4-1, and I remember their midfield players,
they were a handy enough side.
Tigana,
in the early 80s,
they had Platini, and you're going, I was delighted to be on the same pitch as them.
Nico Williams taking on Conor Bradley down the left-hand side for Spain. Keeps it alive for Fabian Ruiz. Infield to Rodri, wearing that bright luminous armband after Morata went off.
And that's
it's walking pace now, John.
That's what we're saying, But see, going back to that game, Michael, we were talking about, and France gave us a lesson. I mean, a lesson.
Here they go again. Yamal has just lost out as he tried to square the ball to the substitute, Ofarzabal. And it's got very scrappy all of a sudden this game.
Both teams
Northern Ireland have lost possession on their left-hand side. We finally get the end of that story once Spain have completed this attack. It's Rodri.
It could be another 5 minutes, maybe.
Here's Nico Williams, a little flick through the legs for Grimaldo. And in field, it's all taking place in the Northern Ireland half.
Yeah. But they're going. Spain are going nowhere at the minute.
Back out to Grimaldo on the left-hand side.
Yeah, in the first half, that was coming in right away. He's not crossing the ball now. Now they're starting to play like most Premier League teams seem to play. They want the perfect ball come in and they can't find it.
Laporte, who wears 14. Again, all the white shirts behind the ball. A few of the white shirts with their training bibs warming up down in front of us.
This is what I don't understand. They're all being ultra cautious. They don't want to give the ball away, but they're 4-1 up.
Fabian Ruiz sweeps it out to Carvajal now.
No, even Danny Carvajal's doing it now.
First touch was a poor one. That's a goal kick. Right.
Back
1982,
to the story.
France.
They destroyed us, Michael. And I remember, as I say, they were that good that every time you tried to close the ball down, particularly in midfield, they just moved it on. You couldn't get there. You couldn't get a tackle. And we come in after the game and we were sitting there going, what was that not like? But it didn't dent your confidence in going into the next game, and it proved it because it went to Spain and almost got the quarterfinal, or whatever you called it, the quarterfinal, whatever. It was a different system then.
Yeah.
But we knew that France were a different breed, but we could still play at a pace and against an opposition which would get us there.
Johnny Evans nearly getting all sorts of trouble. He has gotten all sorts of trouble. He's given the ball away to Nico Williams as Northern Ireland again failed to play out from the back successfully. Shea Charles has picked it up on the right hand side. Ball in field to Corey Evans. Good to see him back in his traditional number 13 jersey. It's been worn with quite a few players over the last 15 months. Here comes Lamine Yamal.
Oh my God,
he's outpaced Lewis, who gives him a shove. Might have got away with that one.
He made it done. He's definitely leaned into him as well. To be fair, now Lewis, I thought matched him to pace. Your man got a little bit of a yard start of him, but
I don't know about 16. He looks about 14.
Yeah, Lewis got back to him, leant into him a little bit, and he's gone to.
Well, that's fair enough.
Yeah,
We're seeing the incident replayed a number of times.
Well, I'll tell you what.
I think in a competitive game that's
a penalty. Yeah, Champions League, that's definitely a penalty. He's barged him in the back. He's tried to give him a shoulder, but he's actually hit him in the back.
And certainly, had that been reviewed by VAR, it would have been a penalty. Which isn't an issue tonight. We played 13 and a half minutes of nothing football, really, in the second half. Still 4-1 to Spain. Back with Simon, who, apart from being beaten by Ballard and watching Price balloon what should have been a second Northern Ireland goal over the bar, he hasn't a lot to do, has he?
No. Well, he had to save from
he saved from Reid.
Or from Reid, sorry, yeah.
That then led on to Price missing the big opportunity at the end of the first half. Spain again through Grimaldo, seen a lot of the ball since coming on. Across the park. And that's played forward by Le Normand. Put out on the far side by Jamal Lewis, who I think has gone back to Newcastle, so might be looking for a club eventually. Now they've lost the ball, Northern Ireland. This could be 5.
It's totally mishit it.
It's a mishit effort by the substitute, and it's 5-1. Northern Ireland coughing up possession.
Yeah, they're not happy, Michael. They feel it was a foul. I think it was charged over on the other side. They felt that it was a foul in the back, but after that, it was a comedy of errors.
Ojaf Lathbal.
Yeah.
Mikel.
Yeah.
For Zabal. Got a hat-trick against Andorra, and he's got the 5th goal. It was an awful finish. He mishit it, but it did enough to just creep over the line.
Yeah.
And in the 15th minute of the second half, it's 5-1.
Is it Ballard? They think this is a foul. Now, I got to say, I would agree, but as the ball's coming, he's mishit it. I don't know if is it come off Johnny Evans in there, but that's a foul. That's a foul on Price. That's definitely a foul.
Yeah, it took it maybe a deflection as well off Northern Ireland defender, but
another sub now, Michael.
Mikel Merino, number 6 midfielder, coming on, replacing Pedri, I think, or is it Nico Williams? Nico Williams and Pedri. Oh no,
he's just come over for a drink.
He's replaced Pedri, so Pedri won't get his hat trick. So the fellow got a hat trick against Andorra's got the 5th here, and
the referee's waiting for Williams to have a drink, and then he's going to start the game again.
Brilliant. Yeah, it was a foul though on Price.
It was a foul on Price. Yeah, I think the referee's been poor. He's missed a few fouls.
It's 5-1. So you don't. Well, that was a goal out of nothing, really, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Ojaf Lathbal. We were hoping he wasn't going to come on.
We were struggling with that all day, weren't we? It's a difficult one.
It's not quite Olathibal, which is what your brain is telling me to say.
Exactly. Oh,
lovely touch by Nico Williams.
He's caught.
Grimaldo. Nico Williams has been caught. Yeah, he's back on his feet. Seeing if there's any movement in the Northern Ireland substitution. We're looking at Jeremy O'Carroll, maybe telling a few to warm up.
Is that Ross McCausland's coming on? Is it?
There's certainly going to be at least one change.
He's been called it back to the dugout anyway.
And we can't see what's going on in the dugout because they're all covered over. Rodri, Le Normand, Carvajal on the right hand side, infield to Merino. The sub has just come on.
No,
he's lucky to get the ball back.
Every break's
deflection's
going
to Spain. Moreno keeps it in on the far side. Here comes Spain once more with Fabian Ruiz. Grimaldo. There's a laboured chase back from Conor Bradley. He looks tired. Chip forward to the back post. There's a couple of Spaniards in the right corner of the penalty area, but Isaac Price has picked the ball up, but he's lost it as he tried to scoop it forward. And the Spaniards concede possession. 18 minutes gone in the second half. They're leading the Spaniards by 5-1. That's slotted through. Jamie Reid can't get on the end of it before the sweeper keeper comes out. He's giving the ball away. Conor Bradley's got the ball on the wide on the right.
The goalkeeper was well out there as he made the poor pass. I thought he was going to have a go there.
Jamie Reid, but the Spanish defence have come back.
Oh, great ball.
Here's Reid, corner of the penalty area, appealing for offside, but he was onside. Reid continues to run forward. He's not quick enough. He tries to get to the ball. And he's put it out of play for goal kick. Northern Ireland still trying though. Yeah,
it was a good ball from Hume into Reid's. Tried to do 1-2 with Shea Charles, but Spanish defence just too alive to it, too quick for it.
We're seeing that goal yet again, and the scruffy finish of the substitute that I think took a deflection off Ballard. Maybe took a deflection off Ballard.
I think it did, yeah.
Either way, it did enough to creep over the line. 5-1. Nico Williams, he receives a nice ball, middle of the park. He's running now. Grimaldo on the left hand side. There's a little bit of pace has been injected into this move, and immediately as I say that, they withdraw the pace, and here's Rodri chipping it to the back post.
And that's that ball loose. There's always problems dealing with.
Yamal has it taken off his foot.
Williams is tucked inside now, and he's playing in that space between our back four and our back three and the midfield, and we can't deal with it. We just can't seem to pick him up.
That's a challenge, I think, by an annoyed Isaac Price, was it?
No,
was it Thompson?
Thompson, I think it's Thompson.
Who has got a little bit of a temper on him occasionally. I think it was Price made the challenge. I think Price has been carded.
Oh, is it?
See the replay.
Oh, yeah, it was Price. Yeah, I think it's just
Lamine Yamal.
Thompson was having to go at the referee.
Price was annoyed he didn't get the decision 20 seconds earlier and took it out. So he's become the second player tonight to go to the referee's notebook. Le Normand, the other one. So Price, yellow card for him. And he's taking laughing French referee. We're about to see a change with Dale Taylor, and also, yes indeed, the blonde head of Ross McCausland. So double change coming up for Northern Ireland. Free kick Spain, they drill it in, and that's well over the top in the end. Hit with some pace from outside the penalty area by substitute Grimaldo. And Ross McCausland of Rangers coming on. Of course, he's signed this season an extended contract with Rangers, made his debut in that night we don't talk about, the one in Helsinki.
Yeah, Bradley's coming off.
So a second cap.
Having a word with Mike O'Neill there. Probably still feeling that knock on his
Dale Taylor
on his back. And we have the
on for his seventh cap.
The drinks
another
break
water
again.
Break. Let's bring in. Let's see if Keith and Michael O'Connor back in studio or haven't gone to the coffee machine. Keith Gillespie, Michael O'Connor, what have he made? It's dipped this game in its intensity, and the Spanish have scored a scruffy fifth goal.
Yes, I think the first 15 minutes, it's nothing in it. You know, they were 4-1 up, just keeping the ball. But I don't think Northern Ireland can get out. They've changed the shape. They went 4-1-4-1 now, it looks like. But they're so deep, and when the ball back in their own half, they can't go forward. So the Spanish just 3-4 players around them and the ball back. But I say that goal there, I thought Lewis, sloppy ball back. I thought it was a free kick. You know, he's won the ball, he threw the back off him. And then you say it's a scruffy goal. I've watched the back 3 times. I think he's meant to sort of chip it over the keeper.
So it wasn't a scruffy goal, or was it a scruffy goal?
Well, if I scored that, I'm saying I meant to chip it over the keeper.
Of course you are. It was a piece of magic from O'Connor there. Yes, a deft little chip.
It was like Parr's goal the other night for the Republic of Ireland. The goalkeeper don't know what he'd done with
it. Keith, what on earth can Northern Ireland do in the last sort of 25 minutes of this match? Jamie Reid's gone off.
it's damage limitation now. You just, if we can keep it to 5, with 25 minutes to go here, and
that's an awful thing to say, isn't it?
It is, isn't it? Because you don't say that too often in international football when there's 25 minutes left and you're just praying for the final whistle that we don't concede anymore. So it's going to be.
But the thing I was saying, Keith, earlier is that we can put these results behind us. We've done it before. It's a friendly. Who cares?
Well, exactly that. I mean, that is a good thing. We fully expected Spain to beat us tonight. So there's no surprise there. You mentioned earlier, we just don't want to be conceding 2-3 more. It's not great reading then.
Thanks, Keith. Thanks, Michael. Back at studio in Belfast. It's Michael McNamee. There's any number of Michaels in the programme, isn't there? Too many of them.
Got in before.
I think there was a sports sound once. We had maybe 4 or 5. Both Michaels on air and behind the scenes. It got very confusing. Spanish free kick. Yeah, Jimmy Reid and Conor Bradley are the men who've made way for Ross McCausland and Dale Taylor. So Taylor's up there on his own. And Spain with the captain for the second half, Rodri. And again, it's slowed right down. Rodri inside the centre circle. Again, Grimaldo's looking for the ball on this left-hand side. And they don't find it. That's a terrible pass by Laporte.
Even they're playing awful now. That's how bad the game has become.
Yeah, the substitutions have definitely disrupted this
match.
They
always do.
So Ross McCausland, that mop of blonde hair, wearing number 17. He's out on this right-hand side. And waiting eventually for this throw-in to be taken. Northern Ireland all in white. The throw-in taken by Hume. Side-footed forward by Corey Evans. And immediately Dale Taylor, busy player. Not the tallest, but a real worker. And that was a lovely flick by Lamine Yamal to get past Lewis. He's beaten another 2. He was nearly trying to beat 3 or 4 there. Lovely, just little bits of skill.
Yeah, he's the type of player that excites you. As soon as he gets on the ball, you think, something special is going to happen here.
John, we remember the Netherlands thrashing Northern Ireland 6-0 in the build-up to the tournament, in which the Dutch did absolutely nothing.
Yeah, no, it's
so that this is no indication of anything.
No indication of anything. No. Yeah.
That was 2012 back in the day.
Yeah.
And the Dutch were totally anonymous at Euro 2012. Balls that are playing this near side. Yeah, it's very scrappy now. This game. Memorable first half. A fairly forgettable 24 minutes of the second so far. We haven't even had a Mexican wave,
Well, the fans seems to be enjoying it, and basically that's all that I think this game is supposed to do. They come to get a result, make sure they go away on a good note, say goodbye to the team, and they go in good spirits to the Euros. As we were saying, such a contrast to that of the scenes at Wembley. No, but again, Michael, I wouldn't put too much in store on that either.
Well, you'd rather be heading the Euros with some sort of form without the media on your backs. Nico Williams now, a little bit of pace on the left-hand side. Side-footed cross, cut out, flicked up by Hume. Shea Charles hooks it over his head. Chested down by Taylor, is it?
Yeah, he's
on that side of play on this near side for a Spanish throw.
Same as Reid in the
he
first
looks like
half.
Connor Washington.
That's what I thought when he came on. I thought it was actually.
He's almost exactly the same body shape.
But unfortunately, again, he's got 3 red shirts around him. Like Reid in the first half, our centre forwards, do not get a service that allows them to play any sort of game.
And I think there's another current member of our parish pointed out, this is like when Michael Smith scored against the Germans early on. And
Joel's just texted us. He's actually in close to Murcia. I think he's actually going to the game in Andorra. He says
he's not expecting a call-up, is he?
He says Michael Smith's goal against Germany and we lost 6.
That's right. 5-1 here, 26 minutes gone on the second half, which hasn't been a patch on the sort of excitement and effort that Spain put in the first half. But I think the game was over after half an hour.
Well, I tell you, Michael, that the changes they made outside of possibly Carvajal
kept it in. He's got the cross in, attempted flick, did an absolute mess of it, the substitute.
I was just going to say the changes they made outside of Carvajal, and you can excuse him for the season that he's had. He hasn't had a great game. They haven't brought anything to the party. They're certainly not in the same class as the players that went off.
Hustle is going on. He used to play for Stoke,
There you go. Look at the reception this guy's getting when he's coming off, Michael. As you said, just saw him on the screen here.
Lamine Yamal.
He looks 14.
He's been brilliant tonight.
Yeah.
He is only 16. He could be a star of the Euros yet.
Yeah, and the crowd certainly enjoy him, don't they?
Waslow's on wearing number 9. Popular chap as well. He scored 5 goals in his previous 10 international appearances. Got that crucial goal in the Nations League semi-finals against Italy.
Well, you know, you got to admire the passion of the Spanish for their football. I remember you remember the game that we played against Spain in, was it Gran Canaria? We went to the training the night before, and I think there was 3,000 in watching it.
That was Northern Ireland's last game against Spain. The return leg of the 3-2 Windsor Park. Trey Hume jumping. We've got 18 minutes of normal time left to play. Shea Charles wins the header. McCausland gets it forward. Now an opportunity. Dale Taylor looked offside, but Taylor's now twisting and turning. This is brilliant, but Dale Taylor must be a tap in. Brilliant
what a save.
That should have been Isaac Price's third international goal as well. Very unselfish by Dale Taylor.
Yeah,
maybe should have taken the shot.
Yeah, he was brilliant.
That should have been a goal back. That should have been 5-2.
Yeah, he's fought the centre half. He
did look offside. Taylor,
he did slightly, but as I say, once he got into his stride, he took on the centre half, checked back inside, and he's put it on Price for.
Didn't make the cleanest connection. He sort of bobbled it into the ground.
And they gave the keeper a chance. It was a good save by the keeper, but he really should have never been able to get near that. And you could almost compare it to the 2 goals that the Spaniards have scored, and they were clinical.
Yeah. Spain on the attack. Oslu down by the corner flag. 34 years old, does well.
Do that now.
Find Nico Williams. Fabian Ruiz. It's 5-1. And we've got nearly just over 15 minutes left to play here. And Isaac Price has been guilty of blowing 2 big chances for Northern Ireland.
Right,
Easy game sitting here, John.
I know it's an easy game, but when
I was waiting for Taylor to take the shot.
So was I. You did well,
Corey Evans has done well to win the ball back for Northern Ireland inside their own half. Immediate side-footed ball forward by McCausland, looking for Dale Taylor.
Yeah, it was the right idea. It's just
Dale
the
Taylor
execution.
Looks like a man who thinks he's got something to prove here.
Yeah, I think so.
Thinking he should be ahead of Reid.
He's thinking that. Yeah.
Dion Charles in the pecking order. The absent Dion Charles. Spain have the ball with Rodri inside the centre circle. Fabian Ruiz just gets it away from Shea Charles. Goes a little run. Attempted challenge by the permanently angry Jordan Thompson, who then has a verbal as well with him.
What is he doing? The referee didn't give a free kick. I think he's given a free kick against Thompson for saying something to him.
Let's see the replay.
He doesn't give a free kick for this, Michael.
Well, that was a foul by Thompson, surely.
Yeah, but he didn't give the free kick for that. The ball had moved on, and you can see Thompson asked, well, what are you questioning me for? Now, what are you giving a free kick for? He's a strange referee.
Bastien Dechepi from France. And play continues. I'd love Jordan Thompson's angry face. We see an awful lot of it. Here goes the run on the left-hand side by Grimaldo, but he can't keep the ball in. Wasn't a great pass from Rodri. Ross McCausland.
If they play like this against Croatia, they're in trouble.
True. Croatia, Italy, Albania. That's the trio of group games for Spain and Germany, starting this day week. Northern Ireland throwing on their right-hand side. 14 minutes of normal time left to play. They're 5-1 down. The Spaniard's been caught. That's going to be a Spanish free kick and
I'm not sure what Ballard's
yellow card
about.
to
I think
Ballard.
That is a free kick. Difficult to pick out a winner of the Euros, Michael. I struggle. I don't know who would be favourites.
Did he show him a card there?
Oh, I don't think so. I think he just went for the spray.
All right. I at one stage thought England were going to win it, but I'm sort of backpedaling now.
Yeah, well, you can only do that after that performance.
A free kick, Spanish left-hand side. 2 men in the Northern Ireland wall to cut off the near post. Nico Williams and Grimaldo over. Grimaldo with the outswinger, header high, miles over Billy Peacock's Farrell's goal. 5-1, 13 minutes left to play, and we're about to see Brodie Spencer We thought he might come on to relieve some of the tiring Northern Ireland defenders, and he's going to replace Trey Hume. Brodie Spencer coming on for his 8th international appearance. He's featured reasonably regularly in the last few games. The days of Brodie Spencer, eh? Northern Ireland goal kick.
You're showing your age now, Michael.
Everybody knows how old I am. Peacock Farrell, who's down on the Spanish team sheet as Peacock because they couldn't fit in the rest of his name. It's immediately nodded back by the Spaniards. Johnny Evans rolling it back to Mr. Peacock, all in black. On the right foot, kicks it forward, looking for Ross McCausland, who's going to be easily beaten in the air by Laporte, who's about 4 inches taller than him. And Laporte, simple ball out to this left-hand side, Grimaldo. I think we could end this game here, couldn't we? I don't think many would complain.
No, I don't think that supporters would complain either. There's nothing happening.
7 minutes past 11 at night here in Spain. We should be in our beds, John. That's a lovely ball through. Opportunity inside the penalty area for Spain. Squares it over the top by Joselu.
There we are again.
And that should have been 6.
Yeah, I mean, now that's the Carvajal we know, from down through the years. A brilliant ball, just splits open the defence. But you've got different players on the park now, and they're nowhere near as good. I mean, this is as bottomless as Price's of almost the exact same
squared
spot.
Back by Marino. It was a lovely ball initially. Carvajal.
Great touch by Marino.
Plays it square. Should have been 6.
Yeah.
Maybe just a wee bit behind.
Maybe just behind him. Just bobbled slightly.
Should have been 6 though.
Yeah.
So both sides guilty of missing chances in the second half. It remains 5-1 to Spain. And we have just over 10 minutes left to play. Northern Ireland all in white, playing from left to right. Northern Ireland fans, hasn't been much of a peep out of them in the second half.
No,
way to our left. And again, Jordan Thompson, was it Corey Evans actually is furious
this time? Yeah,
Evans this time.
Yeah, the game's not designed for the Corey Evans and the Thompsons of this world.
No,
you can't tackle, you can't get close. There's no physical contact at all.
Carvajal on the right hand side. Back to Captain Rodri. Fabian Ruiz. Home fans want another goal to finish on something of a high. Grimaldo. Left hand side, challenged by Ross McCausland. Back infield to Fabian Ruiz. Oh, what that was.
That's an awful ball.
Sort of trick pass. Now here comes is Isaac Price, who shows too much of that to the defender. Lenormand's able to get it away. Nico Williams is asking for it in the left. There's bodies breaking on the right and through the middle. Joselu's one of them, waiting for the ball from Marino on that right hand side, but it's been slowed down completely. 10 minutes left to play. 5-1 to Spain. Dan Ballard's goal feels a very long time ago.
It does, doesn't it?
Trying that ball through the middle, well cut out by Johnny Evans. And watching now as his brother plays it back. And this is Ballard, ball forward, looking for Shea Charles in the end. Johnny Evans popping up, giving it to Ross McCausland. Johnny Evans over the halfway line into Dale Taylor. Taylor always been put to the floor by Lenormand, and that's going to be a free kick.
That was the best passage of play with Northern Ireland had for a long time.
2 forms of submission there.
6 or 7 passes together there. You're right, it was a wrestle to the ground, wasn't it?
Northern Ireland free kick in the middle of the Spanish half. Let's see if they've come up with any set piece magic. They did so a minute and 15 seconds into the game. Thompson thought about playing it to McCausland on the right hand side, but I think they
doesn't have quite the angle. I think that from the free kick where we scored the first goal, it's more central.
Johnny Evans is up. Ballard's up as well, is he? Yeah, he is. Not of those Spanish players. Here's Ballard trying to get his foot in the end of it. He just evades him because I don't play for a goal kick. He's always stretching. He's feeling it. He's getting a touch of cramp. We see a close-up of Michael O'Neill and Dermot O'Carroll. They know they're on the big screen at the minute. Yeah, Stephen Davis there as well alongside them.
I think that free kick was maybe 10 or 15 yards further in field, and it's difficult for to get the ball onto them, and that's why I think it was just too much of a stretch for Ballard.
Laporte.
I wonder what it's like to actually play in a side that is this much in tops. I've never had that experience.
Here goes Grimaldo. He's staying onside.
ball.
He gets to the byline on the left-hand side, squares it. Wasn't a great cross.
Yeah,
Easily
crosses
chested
are
down
poor.
and away by Northern Ireland. They were trying to find Taylor with a wonder ball. They've just coughed up possession. Spain inside the Northern Ireland half. Rodri. Yeah, it's gone a bit quiet, hasn't it? Gone a bit library-like here.
Yeah.
Lovely turn by Carvajal, trying to get past Isaac Price, who does well to work the ball, force a bit of half a mistake out of the Spaniards, but they're able to release the ball.
I said it before, Michael, we're getting beat 5-1, but the players are still putting in a shift here, and they have to, otherwise it would be 10 or 11. But, they are not forcing the game, but if we don't do what we need to do, they'll carve us up again.
And again, a wayward pass by Spain, giving it up to McCausland. Poked forward by Shea Charles. McCausland's continued his run on the right-hand side, receives it from Dale Taylor and takes a tumble over an illegal challenge from Grimaldo. Northern Ireland free kick.
But look how quick, as soon as they lost it, Michael, there was 3 jerseys bearing down on Ross McCausland there, and this is a team, that are 5-1 up with less than 10 minutes to go.
Mr. Substitute Conor McManaman's coming on for the last 8 minutes, and he's replacing Isaac Price.
I just don't get. I haven't seen McManaman
his
much,
10th appearance as substitute, John.
But he always, impressed me when he came on,
Substitution in the Northern Irish team. Number 14, Price comes out, and number 7, McManaman comes in.
McManaman wearing number 7. And watching as Jordan Thompson squares this ball or plays it along the line, this free kick to McCausland, who immediately is tackled by his opposite number, Nico Williams.
First touch allows Williams to get the tackle in. You look at Navas when you were in the first half down here, Michael. His first touch is gone before anybody can get near him.
So that free kick disappears like snow off a ditch, John. Mm-hmm. No threat at all.
No.
And I think some of the there's some early departures are making their way.
A lot of them kids should be in bed. Look at this.
Up the walkways. There's loads of kids there.
Yeah.
I'm tired. I don't know about them. They must be exhausted.
You had a rough night though, Michael.
I had a touch of the Montezuma's revenge. That's not mixing my continents. Let's not say any more than that. Rodri. Spain are just they're
just playing
down the clock.
Yeah,
If there's an opportunity, they will go for it, but they're not forcing the issue. They've given the ball away to Northern Ireland once more. And this is Spencer chipping it forward, looking for Taylor.
Tough ball he's trying to squeeze in there.
They're trying to play these wonder balls to Dale Taylor. Back to Laporte. To the goalkeeper Simon. 5 minutes of normal time left to play. Spain are heading to the Euros off the back of a convincing victory, in which they played some lovely football, especially in the first half, in which Northern Ireland have been guilty of missing a couple of big chances.
Yeah, well, I would say that the supporters are hoping it's Spain in the first half that turns up next week. But it's difficult when you're 5-1 up, to try and keep that quality and that pace of play.
Grimaldo's been very active in the second half. He's coming on as a sub on the left-hand side.
Everything's been down the left-hand side. Carvajal put one good ball through, but outside of that, it's all down this left-hand side.
Nico Williams hasn't had as an influential half in the second half.
No, I mean,
but you say that about a lot of the Spanish starters.
They haven't raised a gallop, Michael. I mean, we saw that 5 minutes into the game. You just knew the pace of the game had gone.
Well, the fans, you can hear the Northern Ireland fans.
Yeah,
they're finishing with a chant or two.
They always do. They always do.
But yes, a lot of Spaniards aren't waiting to say goodbye to their potentially all-conquering heroes. They want to beat the traffic.
Yeah.
I think
they want to get the bed.
They want to get the few taxis left in this town. Laporte on the halfway line. And it feels like the end of a cup final, doesn't it, with one team are 4 goals in front.
Yeah. I mean, nobody's raising a gallop at all.
Until the Spaniards give the ball away. It's now quarter past 11. Thompson's lost it. Rodri trying to slot it through to Hosselu. I think the Northern Ireland players who played the full game are absolutely exhausted.
Yeah, I would
Brody
say
Spencer trying to get it forward for Dale Taylor. He's gone down on the challenge. That'll be a free kick.
I mean, I would say there's going to be wholesale changes for the game against Andorra, and to be quite honest, Michael, I don't know whether Michael and Eva really want the game now.
That's in Murcia, just up the road. We'll be covering that on Tuesday evening. 7:45 kick-off UK time. Shea Charles has taken a bit of a blow, but a few stretches.
I think they're all feeling a little bit of cramp. Probably the hamstrings
he's
are a little
he's
bit
not
sore.
moving freely, Shea Charles. He's stretching and bending. Ballard back to goodness. That's an awful ball back to Peacock Farrell. Had Hosselou been slightly better placed, that would have been the sixth.
He's certainly overhit. It was a free kick. He was passing it back to Peacock Farrell, but he definitely put a little bit too much on it.
Lewis. To be honest, Lewis has done so little in the second half. I've forgotten he was on the pitch.
Yeah, but all the plays have been over here, Michael, you know.
And here is Jamal Lewis.
There's nothing happening. I mean, they're just passing the ball 3 or 4 times, then we give it away.
McManaman. A couple of decent passes there, looking for McCausland, and that's going to bounce in the hands of Unai Simon. I don't think the match officials are going to add too much at the end of this game, are they?
I would say the managers are probably saying blow it up.
Blow it up and night it.
Blow it up.
Still the home fans make for the exits. Maybe they'll miss a sixth goal, a wonder goal by Spain. They're on the right hand side. Marino, one of the second half substitutes.
Like your lad when he went to see United at Chelsea.
Don't remind him of that.
Poor Callum.
He missed the comeback of comebacks. Was that 4-4, wasn't it?
Yeah.
They went to beat the traffic. Not his call.
No, I know it wasn't.
Stamford Bridge. Laporte on the halfway line, not even approaching a jog.
No.
Minute and a half left of normal time. The board is about to go up. Let's all do the bouncing. That's the Northern Ireland fans. They're doing the bouncing.
They are as well.
Fair play to them.
You gotta love them, haven't you? They've got a balloon in there as well, Michael. There's actually more happening in there than there's on the pitch.
I think there's maybe more than one balloon in there, John.
Oh, come on.
A wonderful array of retro shirts, recent shirts and 80s shirts. Yeah. They're on the big screen.
They're on the big screen now and they see themselves. They're loving it.
Still we're waiting for the board, aren't we?
Yeah, we are actually.
Brodie Spencer, this throw in on the Northern Ireland right hand side. Dale Taylor, who's battling like a modern day Conor Washington. Jordan Thompson's lost the ball, and that was his own fault.
Yeah.
Ball's inside the centre circle. We have played 44 of the 45 minutes in the second half. Nico Williams.
They need to blow this up. This is torture, Michael. It really is.
Rodri sweeping it out. I think that's going to be.
Chance Carvalho's not getting that.
And that's out of play. And the board
sums it up, doesn't it?
We missed the board.
No, he's standing down there with it. He's waiting until the 90 comes up on the clock, and then he'll show us it.
Goal kick, Northern Ireland. Yes, lots of.
Here we go, Michael.
There's a big moment.
This is going to be the highlight of the second half.
Tantalising us with his extra time board. God, Billy Peacock Farrell spent about 45 seconds over this goal kick. 2 additional minutes.
Brilliant. Well done. Common sense prevailed.
Spain have it with Nico Williams, centre circle. Slots it through for Hosselou. Hosselou's beaten it. That is 2 falls or a submission.
I think he's hard done by Hosselou here. I think Ballard, is it Ballard or is it Evan? I think Johnny fell over.
I think it is Johnny Evans, and it is, yeah. Hurt his hand, I think.
Yeah.
See it in the replay here. It was a shoulder charge by Hosselou. And then I think he's maybe stamping Johnny Evans' fingers.
He may actually stood on him. Yeah.
Accidentally.
Yeah. Well, I have to say, Michael, the first half was memorable for the Spanish going forward. This has been totally forgetful.
Well, they're doing the Johnny, Corey Evans, the tall one, the little one. They're going right through the card, the Northern Ireland fans. They've enjoyed themselves. And for 8, 9, 10 minutes,
we were ahead.
They were in front. Throw it to Northern Ireland. Brodie Spencer. In the last minute of additional time here. Flicked on by Corey Evans. Good to see him back. I suppose that's one of the positives. On feet of Unai Simon, the goalkeeper, and he's given the ball away. It'll be picked up on the far side by Jamal Lewis, who takes a tumble. That'll be a free kick. So the last piece of action will be a Northern Ireland free kick to be taken from the left-hand side. And it would be nice if it
nice, yeah. Good delivery.
Goal.
Somebody gets on the end of it. sends the crowd away happy with a goal in the last minute.
Right, it definitely won't be Keelan Boyd wants to take this because he's not on the pitch. It's on the far side, about 4 or 5 yards in from the touchline. It's played in, I think, looking for McCausland.
Yeah, it's too high in the air. They put not enough pace in the ball. It was too long in the air.
Side footed back towards McCausland's out of play. Northern Ireland set piece in the second half have not been a thing of beauty. And there goes the French referee blowing the full-time whistle. This game was over as a contest after 35 minutes. After 35 minutes, the Spaniards were 4-1 up. They added a scrappy fifth goal from the substitute Mikel Oyarzabal. Before that, there were 2 from Pedri, 1 from Morata, and 1 from Fabian Ruiz. This all after Daniel Ballard had nodded in debutant Keelan Boyd Munce's brilliant free kick after just a minute. But after a dreadful start to the game, Spain woke up. For long periods in the first half, they were toying with Northern Ireland. They played some brilliant football, some wonderful assists.
Yeah.
If they played at that level in Germany, they could be
a threat.
They could be a real threat to lift a 4th European Championship gold medal. As it is, the positives for Northern Ireland: some decent performances, a good goal. They did create some chances, a couple of big misses from Price.
2 major misses.
And good to see Corey Evans back.
Yeah. I mean, the players have got to look at the match and say, well, we're up against a really superior team. And individually, Michael, they've got to learn from it. Each player has got to take out what they want from it. As far as Michael's concerned, he's going to say, well, that's the level you have got to try and get to. We're never going to have that level of player, right throughout the team to get to that level of football. But that's what you've got to aim for. And when you come to the next qualifying groups, you're going to come up at least against 1 or possibly 2 teams that are going to play at that level. You now have the experience of it. In a competitive game at Windsor Park, it'll be different, and you've got to learn, and it is a learning experience. But I mean, you've got a country that are fanatic about football. They've got a population way, way bigger than ours. They've won World Cups, they've won European Championships, and it's not a real big surprise, Michael, that we did get tanked at the finish.
There's a familiar tune that we're hearing, but fair play to the Northern fans and the players. The players going to applaud the fans. The fans giving a hearty salute to a squad of players who worked their socks off tonight.
There's no shame in the fact that you've been beat 5-1 by a very, very good team. And I've said it before, Michael, I'll say it again. When you play with Northern Ireland, you give 100% whether you're beat 5-1 or whether you're win 5-1. It's the same performance you can put in, but it's the quality of the opposition that you're against, which is eventually going to dictate what the outcome is. And down through the years, we've punched way above our weight, and I think we can do that again.
So we moved from a game that nobody, in all honesty, expected Northern Ireland to win to one that
they should win.
They should win on Tuesday night against Andorra.
But to be honest, Michael, I wouldn't be at all surprised if we struggle against them, because that's another friendly in a game that means totally nothing at the end of a long, hard season when the players have got their eyes on going on holiday.
Well, there you are. It's a memorable occasion in a wonderful stadium and a lovely array of red shirts and, of course, the green and white of the Gawa. It finished here. Are Spain going to do anything? Are they back to their sort of, vintage of a decade and a half ago? I'm not quite sure they are, but
I'm not.
They could give it a good go in Germany.
They could do. They've got players that'll excite you. Yamal will excite you. I mean, he was outstanding.
Defensively, are they good enough?
Defensively, I am not so sure. And Navas going forward was an outstanding player, but I don't know if he can defend. So they were very, very nervous to start the game, and I don't know why, and we exposed them a little bit. They're going to come up against a lot tougher opposition than Northern Ireland, and they've got to be able to deal with it.
74% possession for Spain turned into a final score here in Palma of Spain 5, Northern Ireland 1.